Hey there, welcome to day 128 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, back home again. Very excited to be home. Got home late, but popping into a new day and excited to see the granddaughters, etc. So today we are going to continue our discussion about the different phases of the mind. This is my graphic. I'm home, so I've got my cool graphic to share. We talked about the superconscious mind. We talked about the subconscious mind yesterday. And the subconscious and unconscious constitutes about 90% of what goes on in our mind, right? Our actual brain. And then 10% conscious. So today we're going to talk about that 10%, because that 10% we actually feel and think and believe is closer to the 90%, right? But it really isn't. Most of what goes on in our mind and our brain and how things function in our physical bodies, as well as our mental well-being and growth and thoughts and beliefs and feelings, the emotional, happens on the subconscious and the unconscious level. So today we're going to talk about consciousness. What are we conscious of? Now, consciousness is not the same thing as our conscious. Our conscious is that little voice in our head that tells us if we should or shouldn't do something, if something's good or bad, right or wrong for us, right? Good or evil. That's a totally separate topic. So our conscious mind is what we're aware of in our surroundings when we're present in the situation. The things our brain is actually, our eyes are seeing, we're watching, we're paying attention to. Our eyes and our senses are recording things all the time that go into our subconscious and our unconscious. And sometimes we can retrieve them easily, sometimes not so much. But our conscious mind is what we are actually paying attention to in the moment. And we've, in Guide 2, got Henry's story continuing, and I've got some typos I need to fix. I noticed this morning before I post that, but I'll fix them before I post it, because I switched the days around that I was going to talk about different parts of the consciousness and conscious mind. So today our action item is to pay attention to the things we pay attention to in our conscious mind, and see if we feel like that 10% is actually true. I think that it's hard to observe that because it's our subconscious and our unconscious. So how do you observe that? We really can only observe what we're conscious of, but we know that there's a whole lot more going on around us all the time than our conscious mind can pay attention to. I think I've heard studies or statistics that say we can remember only like 7 things at a time. And I don't know if that's true or not, but because I haven't studied the brain and the mind and things. I'm not a neurophysicist or neuroscientist or anything, but like everybody else, I read and learn and hear different things. But it's a small number of things that we can remember in our conscious before we have to move them down to another part of our memory in order to retain them. It's why we did so much memorizing in school. At least that's what I like to tell myself. We had to memorize things and repeat them over and over and over again so we can put them in our longer term storage, I like to call it. Kind of like we have so many computer analogies nowadays. So anyway, that's our topic for today. So Henry's story continues in Guide 2. There's a little write-up in Guide 2 about consciousness. Actually, day 120, where are we on? 8, 7, 6, day 125. There's a better write-up about all the levels of consciousness because I covered them all there, and we're broken it down each of the next 3 days. Any questions? What do you do? Of course, you ask, and I'll be glad to help you to the best of my ability, or get you in touch with some resources that can help you even more if this is something you want to delve into. All right, that's our topic for today. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.